Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome back to our Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader Let's Play, where we are finally done with Kiavagama. My goodness, that lasted quite a few episodes, and I gotta say, that was probably my favorite quest line in this alpha so far. It was full of twists and turns. The enemies were really cool. The entire layout of our space, the map we were working on, was massive, and it felt like there were so many nooks and crannies to explore. I had an absolute blast, and then that revelation at the end there, holy crap, that was amazing. I am madly in love with this game. This has been ridiculously fun. But folks, we are now done with Kiavagama. We can move on to Viabo 6, I believe it is. We have to find where that is. We have to travel a little bit. It'll be nice to deal with space-related things instead for a little while. But before we depart this system, I just have to head on over to Kiavagama, because there is one thing we do need to do, and that's make a decision with regards to which project to focus on. So I kind of threw this out there at the end of the previous episode with regards to which option we should go with. At the end of the day, I think, especially given the state of the alpha, Calculating Holiness is the one that makes not just the most sense, but it's actually the only one that makes sense. Restoration over here gives us this Titan Forge Lance Battery, which we can't actually apply. As you can see, it says equipment work in progress. Beyond that as well, though, I'm pretty confident that we can't customize our ship at this junction. That's why we have a few other options as well in our inventory that I haven't been able to implement. So doesn't make sense to chase after this. I mean, yeah, sure, we get more mechanisms, we get more profit factor, etc., 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 but the key differentiator, I think, is going to be our equipment that we get. Tears of Repentance sounds cool, but I don't really think it has that much value. I'm not likely to use this in combat, so I'm going to ignore the Blessed are the Weaponsmiths as well, and end up on Calculating Holiness. This will give us the Hand of Xenocide, which causes a fair bit of damage, and when it triggers Righteous Fury, it actually gets a bonus derived from the user's tech use, which is massive if this is in the hands of Pascal, right? We already have a pretty cool axe as well, which we got from the previous episode, but of all the items on hand here, this one I think makes the most sense to acquire, and it also gives us some profit factor. Yes, a little bit less than Restoration, but it does also give us a relationship boost, a reputation boost with the Explorators. And those are the Adeptus Mechanicus trade faction that we can engage with, so why not work with that a little bit and see how that works. It also gives us mechanisms. So I think overall, it's comparable. In fact, arguably it's better, because you can just ignore the Titan Forge Lance Battery. It basically doesn't exist. So let's go with Calculating Holiness. For generations, the Adeptus Mechanicus have been custodians of the machinery and cogitators of Kiavagama. Recognizing the value of this tragedy-stricken world, they are willing to deploy a Forge Cathedral on it as a token of sympathy. Therein, the blessed fabricator Fortune will envision and lay out a new and more perfect design for the planet. Sounds good to me. Now again, in our future and final playthrough of the final build of the game, when I say final, that's what I mean, when we have that playthrough happening, or those playthroughs, if there are multiple, we'll be more in character and considerate of the role-playing aspect of things, but here I'm trying to blend the role-playing as well as the reality of the value of some of these decisions beyond that too. Anyway, Calculating Holiness it shall be. Let's go ahead and execute on that. Eventually that'll complete. I don't know how long it'll actually take, but it does unlock quite a few additional options. We've got the Chapel of Enumeration, which we are able to actually chase after right now if we want to. Well, I believe Calculating Holiness needs to complete first, but we are able to chase after this. It'll improve our profit factor even further. There's mag trains for even more profit factor, which we can also chase after. I mean, we've secured quite a few planets that provide us with quite a few resources, so it's nice to see these are options. Giants won't be, because we are lacking the minimum efficiency required for that, but it would reward us with a lot of mobile extractium, which we desperately need. Flawless Servitors, also not an option. The Vigil of the Tech Guards, ooh, hello. The character gains plus 10 bonus to tech use tests. Not bad, but not an option either. Anyway, as you can see, there are a few additional options over here, including one that gives us an escort ship. Oh, the Rogue Trader ship is escorted by an armed escort frigate. I had a feeling there would be ways to add more ships to your side when you engage in space battles, and I guess it's upgrades to our colonies, and I'm sure there are story events and stuff as well, but it's cool to see that that is actually a thing, as opposed to assuming. I'm glad to see some confirmation, or relative confirmation. And then we have here, the motive force is life, giving us an instability detonator. What is that? Once per battle, can be used to immediately remove all burning and bleeding effects from enemies in a 10-cell radius. This enemy receives 15 plus the wearer's tech use, divided by 10 explosive damage, with a pen of 4. Okay, I was like, why would we want to remove those effects from the enemy? Right, it's to blow them up, that's why. Okay, sounds cool. Again, can't do it. We don't have the prerequisites in place, including the projects we would need, but I thought we could explore that for a moment. We've assigned Calculating Holiness. Let's go ahead and leave Kiavagama and head towards where? That's the question right now, right? There's a couple of things that we know we need to do, and there are a couple of things that we could choose to do. So, in terms of what we know we need to do, we have to head on over to Viabos 6. That is located at Mortis Aces, which I don't think we've found yet. I don't think we've come across it, but that's one option, and we have to eventually do that. I can take a quick look around the area and see if it is somewhere over here. Mortis Aces, was that right? We got Lapidus Mortis over here. Oh, we actually do know where Mortis Aces was. And we were... At one point in our playthrough so far, we would have actually been able to go there. But we decided to pull back. Must have been before we discovered the objective there, because I don't remember actively avoiding it. Anyway, that's option one. That would involve doing what? Well, first of all, why don't we go ahead and scan over here, get that navigator's insight, see what connections there are to see potentially. And it looks as though there are none. I wouldn't be surprised if, again, the alpha has its limits, right? I'm sure there's more over here, but maybe we have to find it from a different spot, or maybe, again, the alpha has its limits. Either way, we pull back. We try not to, I could engage in some warp shenaniganry, but I want to be careful about that. But we got to pull back over to here, Orselio, right? Yeah, we'll have to go up to Orselio, up to Under Dreams Crossroads, and then through this rough one to Mundus Valancius. We could stop there for the conversation about Cassia, right? We have our companion quest here, Duty of the Navis Nobilite, at the throne room. But why don't we go ahead and, before we go to the throne room at our palace, why don't we go ahead and deal with all the other quests, right? Because we'll want to speak to what's-his-face as well, the guy who told us about the situation at Viabo 6. So that's not too far away. The other option was to head on down to, if I can find it, somewhere down here, Furibundus, to deal with the explorators, to deal with some trading. Now, this is very far away. That is very far away. We got to get to Orselio Prophecy. English is failing me right now. We got to get to Orselio Prophecy either way. And then it's 1, 2, 3 jumps down to Furibundus. I mean, I suppose we could do that. Do I want to invest Navigator's insight in making some of these jumps a bit easier? What other value is there in going to Furibundus? Not much apart from trade. And we are a rogue trader. Maybe we'll make our way towards Furibundus. And then we gotta backtrack, right? But it'd be cool to do that before we finish everything else there is to do. I don't know what else will come up in this alpha. I don't know if there will be more quests and more missions. So before we hit that end game, for the alpha at least, maybe we should head on down to Furibundus and investigate some of these, trading options and things like that. Sure. So from Cranach, we will head on over to Tenebris Aquae. That'll be a free jump. No threats there, right? Good green line. We do not need to visit the system. Can I really not go from... Is this really not an option? I can invest in charting the course here. Hang on a second. Can I chart a course directly from where I'm standing up to here? No way. No way that's an option. Impossible. Impossible we can directly jump from here all the way up to there. But you know what I'm going to do to find out? I'm going to go ahead and try to chart a course to Furibundus and see what that does for us. It's expensive. It's not cheap. That costs 3 Navigator's Insight. That's the same amount it costs to bring the challenge of a very difficult jump right down to green, right? But hey, what's life without a couple risks here and there? Let's go ahead and chart the course and see what this does for us. No way! Are you for real? Wow, okay. Huh. I like that. I like that a lot. We've already done the exploring. We've already done all the heavy lifting. Why make us dance all the way around? That's cool. Very good call by the devs there. Very good call by the devs. And now we've just built a new route from close to Cranach. Would have been nice to have it at Cranach potentially, but it's okay because Tenebris Aquae gives us access to the to this area as well, right? So that's cool. But we have a direct connection. That's really good. That's really good. And then what we could maybe do is we could actually explore up this way. Go Adermat to Lapidus Mortis, explore some new territory, and then chart a course to Mortis Aces from here. That might be a direct course. Or we, go through Last Chance and Litoribum. We'll see. Anyway, okay, no, this is dope. This is great. Wow. Game continues to impress. Let's go ahead and jump. Yes, it's a difficult jump, but I think it's worth it. We'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen, right? What's the worst that could happen? Let's jump away and hope for the best. Lord Captain, the Engineers of Kiavagama report an enigmatic phenomena. They call it Procedure 0X. It is a mysterious protocol of the highest priority. However, it is missing from the sacred catechisms. The procedure occasionally interferes with the Manufactorum performance in unpredictable ways, and we cannot discover the source of the signal that activates it. Well, that's a little worrying. Sometimes it orders cargo delivery to remote storehouses where everything vanishes without a trace. Sometimes it leads to a sudden shortage of cogitator computing hours. Sometimes it calls for utilization of working units, servitors, and tech priests without obvious reasons. The servants of the Omnissiah identify the procedure as the holiest of code and carry out its instructions to the letter. What? That doesn't jive. That doesn't sound particularly efficient or even smart. Fabricator Fortron personally scrutinized the digital regalia of the procedure and proclaimed them to be authentic. What is going on? Can the procedure originate from the remains of Cubist Delphim's scrap code? That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. It sounds and feels like corruption. What does my retinue think about this? I could ask them. I could allow for the execution of Procedure 0X, or I could ban it, or I could simply ask about its purpose. Well, before we ask about too much information and learn too much about something potentially heretical, can it originate, potentially, from the remains of Cubist Delphim's scrap code? The servants of the Omnissiah tested the planetary network sevenfold. They used purifying algorithms of varying complexity and found it free of corruption. This must be what it feels like when, back in the day, when I had to explain to clients technical aspects of, like, web development and stuff. What does any of this mean? What do you mean by purifying algorithms? How do you... what? Okay, what's the purpose of Procedure 0X? It is unknown. Its directives are chaotic and appear to be devoid of evident sequency. The holiest Adeptus Mechanicus algorithms may be too complex for an uninitiated mind to grasp in a systematic manner. Okay. Well, what does my retinue think about this? This concerns me a little bit, but it's been verified. Unless, of course, the one who approved it is themselves corrupted. What does my retinue think about this? Many servants of the Omnissiah will vehemently oppose the execution ban on the procedure. That's what I figured. I assume they would oppose the execution of a ban, because that's really confusing. Execution ban, or what? I'm pretty sure this is implying that they'd oppose the ban on the procedure. So we will allow for the execution of Procedure 0X. It seems to be approved. It seems to be okay. It seems to be within acceptable parameters, so fair enough. Allow for the execution of Procedure 0X. Your command shall be relayed to the Manufactorum attendants. Very well. And after 2.5 hours, nearly, the Procedure 0X is being carried out without fail. The small damage to the Manufactorum performance is negligible compared to the significance of performing the sacred rite. According to yet another directive, an enigmatic object was delivered to the rogue trader's residence on Kiavagama. Oh boy. We'll eventually have to go back, I think, to investigate, but I don't know how I feel about this. Seems as though a relative, positive overall, but don't know how I feel about this. End the dialogue there and make our way through the warp. Let's go. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Oh, wow. Are you for real right now? We didn't get intercepted or anything. Or were the events at Kiavagama a result of our dangerous jump, which makes me even more suspicious? Nonetheless, yes, I would like to visit the system here, and let's check out Footfall. Oh, this is great. I feel independent. here. I feel like I can do as I please and explore as I please. This is great. Let's head on to Dock Alpha Row, which is, I believe, where we saw our good friend from the Explorators, right? And we'll go and have a conversation with them. There were a few other people we could speak to, like in the Shadow Quarters. I believe there was that one trader that we tried to kill, but we tried to kill them because they were dealing in Xenotech, so it's not necessarily where I want to go. We'll work with the Explorator over here, and then we'll make our way out. Yes, I'm aware I have upgrades available for the party, but I wasn't able to make plans between sessions, so I'm going to leave that be for the time being. I mean, again, truth be told, it's not like I find myself in a great deal of trouble when we're engaged with the enemy. Not to say leveling up hasn't helped us over the course of this playthrough, but I think we're okay for the time being, that I don't have to rush leveling up every time it comes up. We'll investigate this next time, I suppose. But yes, let's go ahead and speak to Opticon 22 and see what trade we can do. Could also propose friendship of the Adeptus Mechanicus, especially given what I just saw on Kiavagama. Maybe it's a good idea to have some of these guys on my side of the conversation if things continue to go sideways. Sure, I seek the friendship of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Brotherhood of the Adeptus Mechanicus is interested in, considers expeditious cooperation with rogue traders. Under the terms of the Treaty of Mars, it is willing to provide services to the Von Valansis dynasty. The priority of service tasks can be raised if diplomatic links are strengthened. The Cognizance fleet will be glad, alternative, unavailable, to accept 1. Any samples of sacred technology. 2. Samples of profane xenotech. 3. Miscellaneous items. Reminder: storage, study, and or disposal of the aforementioned objects with the exception of 3 miscellaneous items is the preferential right of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Gotcha. So any sacred tech or any profane xenotech must come to them first. The Explorator fleet will also accept information about the planets in the Cronus Expanse that have not previously been recorded in the planetary register. Well, that's interesting. Hang on, what was that journal entry that just came through? I can't check now. Gotta check after the conversation. But no. Why are you interested in xenotech? Isn't that heresy? I assume they're the only ones who are allowed to dispose of it, or if he's foolish enough to reveal the actual truth, what I assume to be the actual truth, they're curious and they want to play with it. The Cognizance fleet finds it reasonable to believes that forbidden knowledge in the hands of the laity causes destruction and violations that go against the Omnissiah's will. Weakness of mind and will unleashes xenoheresy, which consumes the laity whole. Okay, you know what? Acceptable answer. Sounds good to me. An example that demonstrates the outlined pattern. A void station in the system of Langren's Belt. According to the data available to the Cognizance fleet, the heretics on the station have trade relations with Xenos for the sake of obtaining dangerous and pernicious technology. The destruction of these heretics is of high priority, but not high enough to demand immediate action. Good to know, Langren's Belt. Why do you want information about planets? Omnifaceted study of the Cronus Expanse is the sacred mission, operational objective of the Cognizance fleet. Information about the planets and star systems of the Cronus Expanse will be compiled, studied, and transferred to the holy repositories of Mars upon completion of the Great March of Exploration mission. This process increases the totality of knowledge and decreases the totality of ignorance in the universe. Cool, okay, I mean, I've got a ton of planetary data that I can share with you. They don't seem too suspicious, these guys, right? So I'm willing to share. Nice. With a respectful nod, the tech priest takes the data slate. The collected data is of interest, significant, compliant with the criteria for cooperation. The Cognizance fleet thanks you for your contribution and guarantees the provision of a reciprocal service, indulgence, in the form of parts and equipment. Good stuff. Reporting. The Kappa thread supply line is ready to continue cooperation with the Von Valansis dynasty in the sphere of planetary reconnaissance. Okay, sounds good. I want to make a trade deal. Let's see what we can do here. I would like to sell. What am I trying to sell? We got heretic trophies. I mean, everything really, right? Everything really. Let's start with like xenotech. Do we have xenotech specifically? We got Mechanicus Creations, but that's not topped up. There's Xeno trophies. Can I not because it's not topped up? Surely we have some that are heretic trophies. Okay, what if I cargo capacity, unusable items 0%? Why am I completely thrown off over here? Can I not? Oh, there we go. That is extremely strange. That is extremely strange UI, UX. Okay, heretic trophies. Let's get rid of these ones too. I can't select them if they're not topped up. Okay, fair enough. What about you guys? Let's select you. Xeno trophies. Can't select you because you're not topped up. Okay, gotcha. Cool, that makes sense. What else have we got? Mechanics creations, not topped up. We got these heretic trophies. Select you. 600 RP. What does RP translate into? Right, relationship points. Okay, fair enough. It's not like we earn money from these trades. We earn goodwill, which gives us access to higher tier goods and stuff like that, right? So, cool. Cool. What else do I give you guys? Got some range. Honestly, it could be everything. Like, why am I holding on to these things? I guess they prefer some things over others, but we haven't really found that many other people to trade with that we care to trade with. So, I suppose they could kind of have everything, really. Everything that's topped up. Armor kit, range weaponry. Yeah. Sounds good. I guess I just wanted to prioritize the stuff they would supposedly love. So is this like 200, 100, 100? Is it 100 each? Yeah, I guess it's 100 each. What if we do heretic trophies? We go from 24, 22. Yeah, so it's 200 for the things they prefer, I'm assuming. Or is it just because heretic trophies are heretical and so they're worth more? Like, I'm not sure if the difference is like, because Mechanicus Creations here isn't listed as 200, right? That's 100 and it's 120. Weird. I guess it's just got to do with what the item actually is, and maybe it's about usable versus unusable items as well. I'm not sure. I'm curious where the math comes from, but it's irrelevant right now. I think. Don't think it matters. We don't have that much free, like, we don't have that much decision making to do as far as trade partners and stuff. And you know what? I like the mechanic as well enough. Maybe this will count as atonement for what I allowed to let happen on Kiavagama. Plasma batteries as well, sure. Ranged weapons, yeah. Wish there was a select all button. Maybe there is one somewhere and I'm just missing it. So I apologize for that if that's the case, but Xeno trophies, I know they like that. How much are you worth? Won't even tell me. Can't find the tooltip. There's still some work to be done. Again, this is an alpha, right? So I'm very forgiving on those fronts. Just making note of what does stand out. Oh, were we able to load up these Xeno trophies at 98%? Fair enough. Fine by me. All right, I think I tire of clicking and dealing with a strange UI over here. Almost. Just a little bit more. 5,080, that sounds good to me. 5,280, sounds even better. Surely there can't be that much left. There isn't. We're almost at the bottom here. Really? That didn't? Oh yeah, 5,720. Go ahead and add you. Go ahead and add you, and you. A little bit more. A little bit more. Can't add that, but I can add this. There we go. That didn't change the number. It did? 6580, is that right? We got some plasma batteries here. That did not change the number. Come on. Are we at our cap? We might be at our cap. So hold on, let me. Yeah. So I guess there's a limit per trade or something. All right, sounds good. We'll do this, and that's a deal. No, wait. Now it went down to 6380. Okay, up to 6580. Does it just take a second to? Or 6580 the limit here? Might be that. Wait. Did everything else deselect? Okay, I'm gonna click deal. I'm done with this page. Did they actually take my stuff? This looked like it changed, right? I didn't catch that. Wasn't paying enough attention there. And this does look like we've... Yeah, okay, good. We have given them some stuff. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, folks. I'm just, like, thrown off by this UI completely. So, we can no longer trade with them. I don't know why. I don't know if the UI is acting up or if it's actually, like, an issue, like, if there's an actual mechanic they're preventing further trade. But it is what it is. Nonetheless, that has given us access to... We've already had access to level 2 items from them, I was hoping to get all the way up to level 3, but whatever, it is what it is. Do I actually want to buy anything from them? We have a precise bolter. Ooh, hello. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Ignores 10% of target's dodge, 12 range. It'll basically eat our entire profit factor up. This will be the only thing we can take. 31 profit factor. Portative manipulator. Reload ability of any weapon costs 1 AP less. That's not bad. Pneumo boots. Decreases AP cost of charge ability by 1. Not bad. Some multi-key. Some mobile extractium. This is part of the reason why we're here, right? I should probably pick at least a few of these up. Wow, they're expensive. They are really pricey. I could get 3 and that would drain our entire wealth. We do not need medikits. We do not need any kind of grenade or anything like that. What's available at level 2? Deflection gloves. These gloves allow the wielder to parry melee attacks with a ranged weapon using ballistic skill instead of weapon skill. Interesting. Large medikit. Tactical backpack. Grants its wearer a +1 rate of fire bonus with any burst weapon. Excuse me? Including a bolter? Okay. Then we have the Enforcer Light Carapace and Tempestus Carapace. That looks really cool, but not necessary, I don't think. The tactical backpack sounds way too cool to leave behind. That's basically all of our profit factor. Again, we re-earn this as we travel around and stuff, so that's fine. But I can't get both the precise bolter and the tactical backpack. I would say Argenta's shooting is accurate enough. I would say it's accurate enough, but if you can get one more shot out per volley or whatever, I think that's just better. So let's just do that, and let's go ahead and get some mobile extractium as well. Just the 1, I suppose, because it's all we can afford. That'll eat up 32 profit factor, leaving us with just 1. And then that'll regenerate over time. 0.3 per cycle. Very slow. Very, very slow. But, hey, that's what we have money for, right? To invest in stuff. Sure, deal. Hope I don't regret that. I hope I don't regret that. It's a very slow... Again, it's the recovery time is a factor of how much your current profit factor actually is. Nonetheless, I think that was worth it. I might live to regret that, but for the time being, I think it was worth it. Let's go ahead and find this backpack. Tactical backpack. Pop it on there. I don't know if it actually changed anything. I don't think it did. It did not. Where'd it go? Tactical backpack. +1 rate of fire bonus with any burst weapon. I mean, yeah, sure. One more bolt that's being fired out there. Sounds good to me. God, I hope I don't regret not taking that other bolter. 9 to 13, 2 pen, rate of fire of 3, range of 12, recoil of 25. Okay. I think we're fine. I think we're fine with the decision we made there. All right, cool. Now, I do want to check my journal really quickly because we got what? We got orders, or was it rumors? Something about these guys wanting stuff, right? Would it have been a quest? Maybe we completed it already? Just like the planet data and stuff that they wanted. All right, you know what? I'm not going to let that distract me too much. Let's take a look at orders really quickly because we could potentially get some profit factor from this. Can I... This is the only option. The Omnicize Anger. Cleansing of Kiavagama. What is... What are you... Why are you so broken? This screen has been broken for a very long time. I'm sure there are more options. This is not a bad idea, but I'm gonna engage with that later. Let's go ahead and leave Furibundus, or at least Footfall over here. There's nothing much else for us to do. To the bridge we go, and then we can investigate some of those options. I'm sure there are more trade options available to us. I'm sure we can acquire more profit factor, and if I can actually get past, what was it, 31, with all the trade opportunities, with all the orders, then I might actually take a look at getting that bolter as well, because it would be nice. So yeah, here we go. There are more than just the one option. What is this? Xenotech. Don't think I will. Race to the top. The Hive World of Forlinks seeks to undermine the influence of the subsector's capital planet. The governor's agents seek rare and valuable minerals that will help Forlinks' industry to grow and prosper. I don't know if I like that. Fuel for the Faithful. I need a lot more of Promethium for that. Inspection Master. Don't have what I need. Shadowy Dealings. Lashing the Void. At the Departamento Munitorum Officio Tactica, analysts have noted an increase in pirate attacks. The Imperial Navy is planning on conducting a large-scale operation to eradicate the outlaws, but stocking up a sufficient amount of fuel has proven difficult. That sounds good. It would give us security and profit factor. It'll cost us some promethium. Sure, let's go ahead and complete that. Yeah, excellent. The Omnissiah's anger. The factory world of Gensark incurred the wrath of the Omnissiah and has been struck by a major technological disaster. The machine spirits have gone to sleep inside the twisted industrial metalwork and damaged cogitators. The Forge Master needs supplies of materials and is offering skillful technomats in exchange. It gives us efficiency for all of our colonies, improves our profit factor. Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me. And I don't think there is anything else. Oh, there is. Race to the top. Do I want to help these guys out? It would give me a bit more profit factor. It would take me up to 15, right? Ish, give or take. Or a favor. I must have missed this earlier. Again, not a big fan of this UI. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar's servants have been buying up top-quality plasteel and transporting it to an unknown location. While the nature of the Lord Inquisitor's secretive grand-scale manufacturing operation remains unknown, the names of those who are assisting him are uttered with great respect. I wouldn't mind tossing my name into the pile there. What do you need? Plasteel for 10 profit factor? Yeah, absolutely. Happy to help the Lord Inquisitor. Watch, this comes back to bite me in the butt. So I could still, I think, help with Race to the Top and get another 5 profit factor. Let's take a look at our current situation. We're at 21. The bolter, if I recall correctly, costs like 30-something, right? And again, some of that stuff boosted our max, some of it actually supplied our current. Or is it that it boosted our max and our current went up with it? I think it's the latter, actually. Nonetheless, we'll just wait for this to recover, and then we'll come back to Furibundus and trade over here. I think that's fine by me. Still getting an understanding of how those mechanics and systems work, right? Because we haven't really worked with them all that much. We haven't played with the trade aspects all that much. So it remains somewhat unfamiliar. Not entirely, but somewhat. Anyway, time to warp travel, make our way back up to Cranach first to investigate the situation up there, I suppose? Or do I want to head out to some of my other colonies instead? Foulstone is located where? I wish it would tell me where you actually are. That's Kiavagama, Yanis, and Foulstone. Can't remember. I know it's somewhere en route, but I can't remember where. Or do we stick to our original plan and head up to Mortis Aces? Probably the right call. Okay, so back up to Tenebrae, right? Risky jump, but a worthwhile one, I think. Make our way over. And hopefully... Ah, damn it, here we go. A warp tear has split open the storage decks and a whole pack of demons has burst through. Creatures of odd forms and varieties, but all of them equally bloodthirsty and brutal. The crew is struck with terror, praying for the Lord Captain's wisdom. And look at this. If we had a full set of ranged weaponry, which we just sold off, we would have been able to give the crew military gear and a chance to prove their worth by dispatching the Lord Captain's enemies. That would have been great. Alternatively, if we had a full cargo of holy cargo, we would have been able to bless folks with the holy gifts to battle the God Emperor's enemies without fear or doubt. Would have been nice. What are the chances that as soon as I offload some of that cargo, an opportunity like this comes up? Anyway, we can say the crew will have to rely solely on their own strength and the Emperor's providence, but I think that would be foolish. The rogue trader and his retinue will personally go and face these contemptible foes. Now, this is a red line warp jump, right? So I'm expecting a lot of trouble, but I think we'll be fine. I hope. Let's dive on in. Take the usual crew, see what we can do. Sure, we'll be okay. How bad could it be? Question is, who do I expect it to be? Korn? Slanesh? Nurgle? Zinch? I'm thinking Korn. Maybe. Something somewhat fresh. Like if we got some like bloodletters or something? I don't know. We'll see. Ooh. It didn't just kick us into battle. Okay, I was expecting just starting with combat, but I guess not. Got a few explosive elements here and something I really don't like the sight of. So this is going to be Slaneshi, I'm assuming. Based on the aesthetic and the visuals here. Okay, let's steer clear of that nonsense. Keep an eye out for enemy positions. Oh, wow. All right. I stand corrected. It's Zinch. I should be better at that. Zinch is my favorite. Couple screamers. I wonder if there are more, but are we able to take shots from up over here is the real question.
I'm at your service.
That's not what I meant to do. I just want to select Abelard, get him up to here. Again, he has his Melta Ultima now, right? Oh, and we have a pink horror up over here. I'm sure there's more than just these 4 that we're seeing right now. I want to be careful about my approach here. I can get Heinrichs up to here. I also don't like these things and the radius around them. I'm sure that's trouble. The Rogue Trader up over here, perhaps? Melee buddies. Cassia up over here. Pascal up over here, melee buddies. And Argenta up over here. Hopefully for the time being, Argenta is within reach of... you know what, actually, let's switch these guys around a little bit. Let's get the Rogue Trader to this side. Pascal to this side. And Argenta should be able to take... bring it down orders from Cassia and the Rogue Trader both. So Abelard, let's get the party started, I think, with your Melta Scorching. A bit of damage as possible. Fire up over here, I think. These pink horrors, they're going to cause us some trouble, but once we can fire at them, once we can concentrate some fire on them, I think we'll be okay. I'm worried that these radii that are pointed out, these radiuses, radii, whatever, are going to like heal the enemy or empower them somehow or something like that. But hey, there's only one way to find out. Let's open fire. Let's start the fighting. Let's go. Man, this is not looking very good. This is not looking very good at all. That did like no damage there. That did like no damage, and that hit pretty hard. What are these guys hit with right now? Argenta, what is this? Melting. Flesh and armor of the creature melt, reducing its deflection by 1 and absorption by 10 for each stack. Okay, could have been a lot worse. That's not the end of the world. Pascal is up first, then it's Cassia, which means it's Argenta. Then we got this pink horror back there, then this pink horror over here. Not ideal. And then it's Heinrichs, then Argenta proper, pink horror, oh no, pink horror, Screamer, Abelard, Rogue Trader. Oh god, okay. Okay. We're okay. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and Plasma Overcharge with the extra damage up over here. 36% chance to hit. Isn't that amazing? Let's start with Machine Spirit Communication then. Just to try and help everybody here out. Everybody, I said. Yep. Hopefully that'll be good. 36% chance. Is that worth it? Or do I go with this? Doesn't do nearly enough damage, I don't think. Trying to hit you. 28% chance to hit. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Okay. Okay, what about a crack grenade? Can't throw nearly far enough. If I creep on up to here, then what? Crack grenade. Up over here, does a fair bit of damage. This guy will go at the top of the next turn, so he's not as much of a threat right now, but eventually. I don't know if that's worth investigating. Burst fire from Argenta will hopefully be able to hurt these two. Alright, you know what? I'm going to try it. Let's go with the extra damage Plasma Overcharge up over here against this pink horror. 36% chance to hit. Not good enough, but worth a shot. Maybe it wasn't. Extermination Mark on this Screamer. I think he'll probably last the longest here. End Pascal's turn. Cassia is up, which means Cassia is going to do what? Cassia is going to pop Overwhelming Stratagem in this general area, hitting 3 allies, meaning that she'll get her action point back.
If I may.
There you go. She's also going to use, I think, Grand Strategist for the extra rate of fire there. We'll have 4 action points left over, 2 of those spent on Bring It Down, and 2 of them spent on, I think, a Burst Fire of her own. So, Grand Strategist, let's go. And if not a Burst Fire, then a Crack Grenade or something. But Bring It Down, Argenta.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Relying on you over here. I think we should... We could shot on the run, single shot, and then use our controlled burst right afterwards. Yeah, I think that's the right call. As much damage output as possible as soon as possible to kick things off. So, regular shot up over here on this Screamer. 32% chance to hit. Boy, that's not good. Wow. Wow, this is going to be rough. Control burst up in this general direction. Hope for the best here. I thought I saw 65. Yeah, I'll take that. 65%, please. There we go. Go for it. Fire away. You know what? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. We got very close to taking this thing down. It got knocked around a little bit. It failed its agility check, so I think it took some damage from the environment as well. And it's been dropped. Okay, so we can kind of ignore that for the time being if we wanted to. I don't know if I do, but if we wanted to, we could. End Argenta's turn then. And let's take a look at this crack grenade option here. We could hit this pin core. I believe he goes next, right? Yeah, but we're not going to stop him with a crack grenade. We're not going to stop him with a crack grenade. Or with much of anything. If I go in with the burst fire, that is how many shots? 4. To pop in here, that should be 7, I think. If I burst fire in this direction, 0% chance to hit, 1% chance to hit. That's nowhere near good enough. I could try and take care of this pink horror and just hope that the burst fire does the trick, because I don't think the crack grenade's gonna... I mean, we know how much damage it's going to do, but that means we also know that it's not going to eliminate the pink horror. Alternatively, we fire over here at this screamer and try and take it out instead. 53% chance in that direction. God, I think that's probably the best call. Sure, let's get rid of these screamers ASAP. Go for it, Cassia. Go for it. Nope. Doesn't get the benefit of the stratagem herself and did barely any damage. I should have gone with the crack grenade. That's on me. Alright, Cassia's done. It's time for these two pink horrors to cause absolute mayhem in this area. I think hopefully we'll get some dodges in. In comes this pink horror. The animation is really funky. I wonder if that's intentional. I like it if it is intentional. But I feel like it's not. I feel like the frame rate on the animation specifically is stuttering. It feels very Zinch-esque, you know, very Zinchian to have it not conform with reality and smoothness and all that kind of stuff. I kind of like it. But at the same time, I'm not sure if it's intentional. Heinrichs, you are up. We can drop a... If we get closer, which we can do from up over here, actually, we can drop a crack grenade up here. God damn it. Just decent enough distance there. What about a frag grenade? Doesn't do nearly as much damage, right? Doesn't do nearly as much damage. Is this thing an exploding barrel? Doesn't look like it. This one is. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Just trying to figure out the order of operation here. We got this pink core, this screamer, and then this screamer. That screamer's a bit of a priority. Alright. Wondering if I go charging in. Take a risk of walking through this radius over here, whatever it might represent. If I want to do that, I think I should probably creep on up to here. Check to see that the charge will work. It will. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and pop a frag grenade. Damage both of them a little bit. Or pop a crack grenade. That looks about equivalent, actually. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Alright, crack grenade it shall be. This guy's gonna get lucky. Go ahead and pop this over here. Yeah, I knew it. Causes damage. Not a lot. But I had a feeling there was a negative impact of being in there. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and charge on in. Some damage, not nearly as much as I'd hoped, but let's pop the assail as well. Try and bring the screamer down, sure. We got an attack of opportunity. It missed. Well, it hit, but we parried. And we did get the assail off. However, it succeeded its toughness check, so it didn't fall down. Alright, fair enough. Heinrichs, you did as much as you could, I suppose. Let's end your turn there. And Argenta is up now. Argenta proper. If we burst fire up over here, we risk hitting Heinrichs, of course. We also can't hit this pink horror. If I leave this stratagem, then I don't have the benefits of the extra rounds, right? So what if we burst fire this way? Come on. Ooh, there we go. 14 and 14% chance to hit. Or I can go 58% chance on this pink horror alone. I love that verticality plays a role here, where like the spread actually is impacted based on your angle of fire. Maybe I should just try and hit that screamer too. I don't think it's as worth it. I don't think it's as worth it. And this pink horror is the one all the way back there, right? The screamer. Risk hitting Heinrichs a little bit. Maybe not a terrible idea. Would have been nice to have burst fire saved for this, but we'd at least get rid of the screamer. You know what? It's worth the risk. Heinrichs, my sincerest apologies, buddy. Here we go.
I'll do it.
Amazing. That worked out perfectly. That worked out perfectly. Okay, cool. And we have military excellence here as well. We've got 1, 2, 3 targets visible to us from where we stand. I think that's good enough because some of these guys will take a couple of shots, right? So I think that's okay. We could also eventually dash over, maybe, and get a better angle. Either way, I'm fine with popping military excellence right now. Let's do it. Go ahead and pull your first shot down over here. It's going to be Righteous Fury, right? As long as it hits. Not bad. And these guys are kind of queued up for a burst fire. That's good. Another shot over here, please. Please hit. Nice. There's our Righteous Fury. Another one. Let's try and eliminate them. Very nice. One more should do the trick. I was going to say as long as it hits. That's okay. We got plenty more. One more. Nice. Done. And of course, we've got our blue horrors here now. Well, why don't we go ahead and... I guess we could eliminate that screamer now. What's the burst fire look like? I can't check at the moment. Pretty sure we'll clear all these guys out, but... you know what? Let's go ahead and pop a shot here. Missed both of them, apparently. I'm trying to trigger all their blue horrors. Let's hit this guy. That was a bad call, because he's going to get pushed back. Took some damage back there, fell to the ground. Let's go ahead and try to push you back as well. Fire away. Oh, not nearly enough. That's okay. Who else can I hit? I guess these blue horrors. Let's hit you back. Let's go. Or let's hit that guy instead. That works for me too. Try that again. I'll take it. Keep at it. We have to reload pretty soon. Down you go. There's the reload. God damn it. Don't tell me I can't actually get my burst off. Are you for real? Are you for real? That... God damn. I mean, we did a lot of work there, but I would have loved the burst fire up over here, right? We could have taken care of both of these pink horrors. Okay, Argenta, that's your turn done. This pink horror is going to move up. Hit Heinrichs over here. Took a bit of damage. Not the end of the world. Now we got the blue horror, right? Yeah. Going to creep up. Get some work done on Heinrichs. Managed to succeed his willpower check there, so he's okay. Screamer's going to stay down. Again, at the end of the round is when they get up, so we have some time still. Abelard is up now. What to do with you, Abelard? What to do with you? Can I, from here, pop the Melta? Not just short on distance. What if I come up to here? We'll go all the way around. Yeah, then we can hit these guys. And then Argenta can come through with her burst to hit the blue horrors that spawn. I think that's probably the right call. That's probably the right call. Sure, let's do it. We'll take some damage going through the this highlighted area, but not too much. And we'll do a decent bit over here as well. Wow, that's not bad. Cool. I'm gonna pop Endure just to make sure we are okay. End the turn there. Flip over to the Rogue Trader. That means Argenta can get some more shots off, right? Get the burst fire up over here. Hopefully eliminate all these guys. And then we could maybe use our overcharge AoE or extra damage up on this guy. We'll see. Okay. First order of business. Bring it down. Argenta. Get to work over here. Burst fire. Yeah, able to hit basically everything here. With, you know, some variance. Not necessarily guaranteed, but I'll try it. And hopefully no friendly fire. Yeah, there's no friendly fire. The high ground is helping here. Fire away, let's go. Come on. That was amazing. Hot damn, that was amazing. Popped one, got rid of both of its blue horrors, popped another, got rid of both of its blue horrors, and then popped another, and its blue horrors are still alive. But that was amazing. Hot damn. Argenta's such a boss, man. Alright, Argenta, you're done. These blue horrors are actually moving up now. That's interesting. Well, just the one of them. I guess they get fresh initiative rolls and they can be in between. That's weird. That shouldn't work that way because it's technically still the Rogue Trader's turn. It's fine. We have more of a reason now to use our AoE hit now, though. Right? I gotta move for that, though. Let's pull up to here. I think that'll give us an angle. Yeah, pop that shot up there. Hit both of these guys. And stay within reach of Argenta to get her using Bring It Down again. Alternatively, I go in with the Crack Grenade. I gotta go a bit closer for that. That's an option. I'll take this damage. It's not the end of the world. Crack Grenade up over here. No line of sight. Okay, what about from up over here? There we go. Let's do that. It'll eliminate the blue horror and cause a decent bit of damage to the pink horror as well. Go for it. I need more crack grenades. Beautiful. Beautiful. What next? I could use kill zone stratagem. No real value. But like, what else am I doing? What else am I really doing? Here, you know what? Voice of command on Heinrichs over here. Boost his stats a little bit for the next turn. And our turn there. This blue horror's coming up as well. Nice little clump there. Buddy over here. Ah, not as much of a clump. Good parry. Excellent. Pascal is up. What to do with you, Pascal? What to do with you? Suppose I could creep up and just eliminate this blue horror. Who goes the soonest? This pink horror up here? I can't get up there. Too far away. I could fire at it, I suppose. Here, why don't we do this? Let's creep up behind the rogue trader and pop a crack grenade up over here. Eliminate the blue horror and the pink horror. Adjacency I don't like because they'll get an attack of opportunity, but let's hope for the best. Fire away. Got the parry in there. Excellent. And good stuff. There's our blue horrors, as expected. Let's go ahead and use... Oh, this is really worth anything. Study enemies. Sure. Why not? Why not? Go ahead and end the turn there. Cassia is up. Argenta could use a couple of shots, I suppose, to take out the Screamer and to take out the blue horror as well. Not terrible. Is this stratagem still active? It shouldn't be, as far as I can tell, but looks like it is. Bring it down on Argenta. Oh, of course. Now it goes away. Of course. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Fire away at the Screamer. I'm pretty sure one shot will do the trick, but let's go for it. Yeah, thought so. Worth the investment in ammo, I think. That's Argenta done. Cassia. What do we do here with you? What do we do here with you? Fire down over here. I could burst fire. More likely to hit Heinrichs and eliminate him if we do that. Don't know if I'm a fan of that. Or we could, oh, you know, we could try Lidless Stare. Because we know exactly how much damage that'll do per person. And I'm willing to risk that on Heinrichs. Well, we know roughly. So sure, let's pop it up over here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Heinrichs was relatively safe there. Only 4 damage. Everyone else took 10. This one got eliminated. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's use Overwhelming Stratagem. I don't know if I can get Argenta down to there. But it's worth a shot. Because if she can get down to there, Burst Fire from up over there is going to be great. So we'll try it. That's Cassia's turn done. Heinrichs is up next. Let's go ahead and take a quick swing at this pink horror. Nice. That was real good. And we can try and charge Buddy up here, maybe? Nah, can't get anywhere, eh? Alright, stay put then, I suppose. And we'll get Endure popped. And that'll be his turn. Can't assail. Can't use anything else. And your turn there. Argenta is, yeah, not able to get up there. You can only get so far. That's fine. That's not too bad, because we do have Controlled Burst. And we should be able to hit pretty successfully over here. Again, anything that hits allies will miss. So chances are we're not going to actually score any hits, but at least we won't cause any damage to friends either. Can we get a better angle? Surely there's a better angle somewhere. Maybe over here. About where we're standing right now, actually. Control Burst? Nah, because we can't get that guy at the back there. Alright, fine. Pop up to here. Hope for the best. Fire away. That went exactly as I expected. That's fine. We could use Shot on the Run, which I probably should have triggered sooner, but hey, it is what it is. And another burst. This time it'll actually hurt us. No, I'm not going to risk that. Regular shot up on this blue horror on the side. Sure, let's go for it. Nice. That worked out perfectly. I wanted to slam it against the wall there, and that's exactly what happened. And your turn there, and come the blue horrors now to deal with Heinrichs. He'll be fine. Parried that one. What about this guy? Oh, beautiful. Yeah, go for it. I don't care. Perfectly fine by me. Abelard is up. Use the Melta. Tempting, isn't it? I'm sure if I come from the right angle, I'd be able to avoid my allies and only hit my enemies. But I don't know if I can guarantee that correct angle. Sure, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and do this? Doesn't hit everybody, but it hits most of them. And it keeps Heinrich safe as well. Holy crap. That did more damage than listed. I love it. Abelard is done. Rogue Trader coming in to finish the job. Here's hoping. Let's go in with the strike up on this blue horror. If we get a Righteous Fury, the job will be done. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Nice. All good. All good. Oh boy, okay. That was interesting. That wasn't too bad, but that was definitely the most interesting, like, Zinch battle we've had. We are taking damage while walking through these still. Huh, interesting. Those haven't just disappeared. I feel like that'll cause me damage. But there is more to see down over here. How bad could it be? Oh, we're fine. It didn't cause damage. Is there anything here? No. Just room for exploration. Okay. Fair enough. I think we've seen this battlefield before. It looks kind of familiar. Yeah, you know what? We had a huge battle over here. I remember the one. We had a huge battle on this map before. It's just we came in from a different angle, so it felt completely different. That's cool. I like how it reuses assets like that. It's a clever way to do it because, of course, when you have so much potential for randomly generated events, you need to use... you might need to reuse things from time to time, but it does feel fresh. And again, we are on the same ship, so it makes sense for some things to happen at the same locations, despite how massive the ship is. It's a video game, folks. Let's be realistic. To the Coronis Expense map. Please, thank you. Not expense. Expanse. It has certainly been expensive, that's for sure. Invested a lot in quite a few things, and I hope those were the right call. But we have arrived here now. Don't want to visit this system. We could head on over to Kranak, I suppose. That should be a safe jump. Just to see if there is something to do at Kiavagama. I have my doubts, but I would hate myself if I didn't check before we left. Hurry along. And when we leave, I think we'll investigate some of the systems en route to Vivo 6. I think that makes the most sense. Can't drop in. Look at the colony. This has been done. Right? Have I got the hand of Xenocide? And look at that. Profit factor's looking pretty good already. I could actually pick up that bolter I was looking at earlier. If I wanted to. We're not going to invest in any of this right now. That's all well and good. That's fine. But yeah, how do we actually acquire that axe? That's just the Omniscient axe. This is another Omniscient axe. That's all. How about you? The Hand of Xenocide. There you go. So let's go ahead and take a look at... Oh, right, I can't right now. We'll take a look at our inventory when we can to see if we'd rather Pascal have the Hand of Xenocide as opposed to what he's carrying. Oh, you know what, actually? I keep forgetting these buttons exist. Pascal, where you at? There you are. What are we looking at here? His Omniscient axe that he has right now, the Sea Delphin pattern one, does more damage on the low end, but not as much damage on the high end. It has higher penetration, and again, it uses Brutal Strike for attacks of opportunity. Now, the fact of the matter is, we don't often get attacks of opportunity. It doesn't happen all that often. So maybe the Hand of Xenocide is the better call, because that causes, on the high end, 4 more damage when it strikes. And Righteous Fury has an added bonus on top of that. From the wielder's tech use, sorry. And his tech use is 100, so 100 divided by 10 is plus 10. I think it would be almost foolish to not assign this to Pascal. I would love to hear your thoughts, folks, as we're actually going to go ahead and call it a session over here, though, because with nothing left to do at Kiavagama, it's time for us to make our moves through Tenebris Aquae, up to Adermat 2, Lapidus Mortis, and from there, we'll chart a course to Mortis Aces, and make our way over, yeah, to Viebo 6 at Mortis Aces. Aces? Aces? I'm going to stick with Aces. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. This was a fun one. A couple of fun discoveries there. Good to go back to Furibindus and actually invest in some of the, trader aspect of Rogue Trader. Cool to see how that works, and hopefully we'll get some more opportunities to do more of the same. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this session. I most certainly did, as always. And if you had any thoughts, opinions, feelings, or anything to share, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you had a good time, hit that like button. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.